Coming up in this episode.
It's going to go into great yarn if you know it's an absolutely feral beast.
He goes out to investigate, and then the tapping returns, and she gets out, and then it's him hanging from a tree, and it's his feet hitting the roof of the car.
So I went camping with my mate. I went off to the toilet, went back, went through the awning, shut the door, turned around, just a completely different family. They stared at me like I was like, wrong caravan. Nearly 700 deaths on this lake. Cars like veering off the road, boats capsizing, and people just drowning.
No. Go past it.
It's not worth it, just fucking gun it.
I know your fucking game. The Lady of the Lake.
Oh, nice. More than 20,000 people have gone missing without a trace in the area during the past half century alone. 20,000 people in 50 years.
Have you ever picked up a hitchhiker?
No. I've driven past one.
I've driven into one.
I have.
Have you? Have you? Yeah. APMA, how are we doing? We're back. We missed an episode. We missed a Sunday. It's not our fault. It's Ben's fault. Yeah. Ben contracted something you may know about called COVID-19.
Gonorrhea. Oh.
We've been avoiding it for how long? I don't know. How long's it been about now?
2 years.
Yeah, long time.
So I tell you, we ducked and weaved that shit. Didn't affect us until last week, unfortunately. But we're back.
It's going against you.
And it got me. It's going to get you eventually. You know what I mean? How do you feel, Ben? How was it? Tell us, break us down. How was your COVID? By the way, this is an urban legend episode. We'll get to that in a second. Ben, how was your COVID?
Take us down memory lane.
It was sort of just mild cold symptoms, but I've had my first jab, so I think that alleviated the symptoms. Right. But
and you had a test to confirm it was COVID, right?
Yeah,
you didn't just
yeah.
have a cold.
No,
we didn't miss an episode. No.
They just wanted 10 days off.
Yeah.
No, I was supposed to go on holiday, and then the night before I felt a little bit ill, so I did a home test, and then it come back positive, so then I couldn't go on holiday and I had to spend 10 days in a room by myself. So, but my girlfriend was feeding me, so it was nice.
My girlfriend went on holiday.
Nah.
Funny enough, she did the test.
So
she didn't call me when
I can't
she was away.
smell. It's very bizarre, but
you can't smell.
Yeah, few random headaches here and there. I think I might have long COVID, but it doesn't matter. I'm negative now.
Fucking good. I was going to say, you can't drop that shit.
You can get long-term effects from it. So.
Okay. You're not contagious.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, it's all good. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, well, thanks for that trip down COVID Crescent. Let's go.
I'm sure in 50 years' time, COVID will be an urban legend. So let's get on with. No, I'm sure it really fucking won't. That was a joke.
It'll just be a legend.
Yeah.
I don't think
it will be an urban legend.
We'll still be getting tested.
They won't call it an urban legend. They'll call it an urban fucker.
Myth.
Yeah, that's cool.
The urban fucker.
That would be fucking life by then, I'm sure. Still just fucking getting tested and all that.
We'll have nuked each other by then.
Now.
They'll be calling their kids it.
Yeah,
Like
COVID.
an edgy name.
Yeah. COVID. Come here. COVID's 19th birthday. Just a picture of the scene.
Absolute bash.
Oh, man.
COVID's 19th.
Yeah, it's bigger than the 18th or 21st. Fucking brilliant. Oh, dear, yeah.
Oh, it's 21st. 2021.
Oh, God. Oh, I just fucking hate COVID. The Urban Legends episode. We're finally doing one. We've been asked so many times. We've done, obviously, ghosts and ghoulies and conspiracies and aliens and all that good jazz, bit of true crime, which I want to do again. I tell you, before we get into Urban Legends, I want to do a true crime episode for one reason. I want to do it in two halves. The first half, we look at cases. The second half, now this might be a bit morbid, a bit naughty, but fuck it. The second half, I want us, as a group, to plan a murder, how we'd execute it, but more importantly, how we'd try and get away with it. I think that'd just be a great bit.
I've already done it.
So we can call on your experience.
I know how you escape.
This is it. That's what I want to do. We'll get that in the next few weeks. 100%. But yeah, so urban legends. What do we think of urban legends, guys? What do we think? Do you know a few off the top of your head? I'm going to give you the definition of an urban legend because I think it's actually broader than people realise.
Okay.
Because when I think about urban legends, I just think...
JoJo B Sports.
Oh,
Oh fuck! I forgot about them.
Yeah.
JJB.
Fucking premium.
R.I.P.
Got my Patrick football boots from there when I was about 11. Fucking brilliant.
Tell you
man.
what, mate, I got a Patrick football from there. Never again. Honestly,
Well, you really won't because
if you're in goal, you get hit by that, you're out for at least 2 weeks.
That's
when
just like mitre
It's
footballs.
when you've used it for like a couple of weeks and it just starts to tear away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gets water on it. It's like this heavy, and then it's a cold morning, and that's pinged by fucking a loafer.
Yeah.
Just
Our ones at school, I don't know what balls you had at school, but ours used to, it was like stitched. So stitching would combine it had an inner.
the little bit.
Yeah, a little,
bulge.
sort of like the little bubble. So like you kick it, like,
yeah.
I think they change footballs now.
Oh dear. Fucking absolute
times.
stingers. But and back to the urban legends. This is going to take some tangents, I can tell, but it's fine. I don't give a fuck. An urban legend, right, is apparently a humorous or horrific story or piece of information circulated as though true, especially one purporting to involve someone vaguely related or known to the teller. So, friend of a friend type shindig. Do you know what I mean? A story that is like Chinese whispered its way through society.
Oh, okay.
But so that can be ghost stories, all sorts. I mean, the one that stands out to me growing up was the hook hand story. You know that one? The killer that's on the loose, and you got the couple that are making out in a car, and then the boyfriend goes to investigate, or he needs to piss, or they break down. And then the boyfriend disappears, and then she's like scared, and she drives all the way home, leaves her boyfriend. Nice, thanks for that.
Logic.
And then when she gets out of the car, she sees a bloody hook hand on the door.
I think that version, because we had this chat before, we used to have one at school where
Never heard of this.
there's a boyfriend and girlfriend, and then he could hear some tapping.
Yeah.
So he goes out to find out what it is, and then the tapping goes, and then she's waiting, and then about 10 minutes later, you can hear tapping on the roof.
Yeah.
Tap. So then she looks out, and then it's like an old woman, like witch type, with his head on a stick, tapping it.
Oh, so I've heard a slightly different version.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't. That last bit was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing about urban legends. They do vary. Like I've heard that he goes out to investigate, and then the tapping returns, and she gets out because she's like, "What the fuck is that? I'm scared." And then it's him hanging from a tree, and it's his feet hitting the roof of the car.
Oh, see.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
how the tapping changes.
this is it.
Yeah.
There are many ways.
And it's Patrick's from JJB Sports.
Lightly tapping the roof of the car.
Yeah, fucking beautiful.
He's got great
JJB
touch.
bag.
They were like
Maybe
shiny plastic
Maybe they've sponsored us. Maybe they're coming back.
in a big
Patrick.
way.
Oh,
Like Le Coq de Sportif. They're an urban
Fucking
legend now.
Gola.
But yeah, that one's called the Hook or the Hook Man.
Okay.
It's an urban legend about a killer with a pirate-like hook for a hand attacking a couple in a parked car. In many versions of the story, the killer is typically portrayed as a faceless, silhouetted old man wearing a raincoat and a rain hat that conceals most of his features, especially his face. The story is thought to date from at least the mid-1950s and gained significant attention when it was reprinted in an advice column, Dear Abby, in 1960. It has since become a morality archetype in popular culture and has been referenced in various horror films. So if you think about when this originated, 1950s America, in Hollywood movies, you have like the stereotype of like, you know, boy meets girl, goes on a date, goes to like the fucking kissing creek or some shit.
Open
Do you know what I mean?
cinema.
Yeah. And so what I'm thinking is,
Creek.
so what I'm thinking is, you know, was this the parents being like, oh, did you hear about, you know, to stop their daughter going up there or whatever, you know? Or did it actually fucking happen? Well, apparently the origin is not entirely known, although folklore historians says the story circulated in, like I say, 1950s America, and it was adapted into a story. So I reckon that I'm right with that one. Do you know what I mean? Parents scaring their kids, no internet, nothing, you know. So it's just like hearsay.
Yeah, that's the thing about all these tales.
Yeah.
Is that back in the day, like we got told stuff, and you were like, you didn't know.
Exactly.
You couldn't check it.
Exactly.
Like, it could. We'd go down the lanes, and I'd always be a little bit worried. Like, what if there is a fucking witch down here that, you know, there wasn't, because I fucking Googled it when I was 24.
yeah.
Do they still use a hook? What was that all about? The hook hand. Was that from Captain Hook, or was that an actual thing?
Just pirate reference.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Ben, bring that up. But do
Obviously,
pirates actually use hooks?
They have prosthetic. I don't know how you say it, but
they're getting fucking advanced.
That's what I mean.
Now. Have you seen them? They're like fucking robot hands and shit.
Yeah, I think.
Was the hook a thing?
I think back in the day, like, because the wood loose hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you choose?
Well, no,
I'd have a hammer.
It was so.
I'd have a hammer.
It wasn't. It was more to like grab
shopping.
stuff. Just fucking. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't much to.
A hammer.
Sorry, just imagine someone with a Woolworths bag on a hook.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you.
Jeez.
That's really all you could pick up in it, a bag.
Maybe if their gun. Just,
yeah. Oh,
I'd have a hammer on there, wouldn't you? I'd be a fucking.
There are more useful
being like-
Kebabs
just
and meats, all right.
just fucking detach it, screw on
I don't
something.
know.
Yeah.
Just instead of
drill.
holding a hammer, and you just use your hand. Be amazing.
Yeah, that is true. And you got the other side, haven't you? Just like turn your wrist, you can pull shit out. You'd
be hired. You would be hired.
You've got a
definitely.
point, mate. You'd be straight on the
fucking
building site.
great
I'd have a
yeah.
double hook.
Oh,
Like that.
nice.
Nice.
Just call yourself Fang.
I'd be like, I just.
They call me Fang. Why? And you'd be really good at doing like quotation marks.
Yeah. Whatever.
He said.
Yeah, the double hook.
Oh dear. Oh man,
What else could
did we
you
get
have?
to the bottom
Let
of
us
the
know in the
hook?
comments. What would you have?
Yeah, what would you? If you had a hook for a hand, what would your nickname be?
It's
Swiss Army hand.
something that Hollywood exaggerated. So,
So there was never any pirates with hooks
no,
or peg
no.
legs.
Peg legs, I think, was more common, but yeah, I think it's.
What the fuck are they doing on them boats, man? You know what I mean? Why are they losing limbs?
Yeah.
Plundering.
Plundering, raping and pillaging, losing legs. So there's nothing to it now.
Comes with the territory.
I'll
Man.
have to look deeper into it.
No
It's not
worries, get back to
on the
us
surface.
before the end of the episode.
Yeah, will do.
Scratch the surface, Ben, dig deeper. But yeah, it's other tales. Just stay on this one for a minute. Other tales have the woman leaving the car, where her date doesn't come back, only to see his mutilated body. So she actually finds him. This is actually linked to the one that to the fucking tap.
Oh, okay.
So that's actually a variation of this story. So she either finds him mutilated, or on the car roof, or nailed to a tree, or just a few short stops away.
How do you think he got nailed to the tree? Hammer man came in. Boom.
That's it. It wasn't a hook
How's
this
he
whole
hammering?
time.
Yeah, how's he hammering with a hook?
Hammer man. Stop hammer time. Straight to that tree.
Okay, yeah, it is fictional. pretty
It's
much.
fictional.
Yeah, so rich people who probably weren't pirates, they had enough. Well, if you're
Probably.
like rich and like
To be
fluent
fair, they had
affluent
boats.
people.
They had boats and they were crooks.
Yeah. But they would use prosthetic things to make it look more pleasing if they had like amputation. But pirates usually didn't actually have it, and it was something that was fictional in books.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, when you got a movie called
Gutted.
Huck, you need a guy.
Oh, so posh, the posh people had like things.
Yeah, so like people with money and stuff. But that's not
Yeah.
saying pirates weren't posh people, were they? They were just.
Don't worry about
Hey.
offending pirates, Ben. Oh, no, they can't cancel us.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm more worried about offending the posh people
Oh, this is it.
because now they're pirates.
They watch the pod.
I am the captain now.
You'll probably get more pirates watching this than posh people.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
posh people, the rich
The
people
posh
had
people.
better.
Like, there's a little group. We're the posh people.
They
If
had.
you are posh and rich, though, we have got some really nice merch coming out soon. So keep your eyes peeled.
No
Yeah.
prosthetics though. We ain't got any.
Organic. Just saying. Do you know what I mean?
There's the hook.
Yeah, hooking them in.
There
You know
we
what I mean? But yeah, that was the hook. Have we got any others? Any other urban legends? Anyone want to chime in with an urban legend?
I'll get mine out of the way.
Yeah,
Because it ties into the car thing.
right.
So
okay.
mine is called the Vanishing Hitchhiker.
Ooh.
So I'm going to read. There's lots of, like that. There's
Yeah.
a few different variants of it.
Nice.
Started back in the day, but I'll read out the one.
Do there have to be various variants for these things?
Nah, they just
Oh,
be
okay,
just
good.
be a straight up
Yeah.
story.
Because otherwise I've got it completely wrong.
Well, I was trying to find an actual case for it, and I found it wasn't really Vanishing Hitchhiker. I found a hitchhiker murderer, but I'll talk about that one. There's only got a little briefing on it, but basically
Found him.
Find out where he is. And
On the side of the
he's still,
I picked him up.
he's not actually been caught. He's
fucking hell.
murdered 7 women.
No way.
Yeah, I know. He's still not been caught.
Recent or?
I'll have a look in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, I don't know. That was in Santa Rosa.
Is that local or?
Not around here.
Does sound local.
It's America, though.
Good.
Yeah,
Hertfordshire.
just around the corner from Hitchin. So the premise of the Vanishing Hitchhiker is a man is driving on the road alone late at night and sees a beautiful woman on the side of the road.
It's a trap.
Yeah, she's looking for a ride. I mean,
It's a trap.
I haven't read this, so it doesn't sound like the Vanishing Hitchhiker. It sounds like something else at the minute. He picks her up.
Vanishing dick.
He picks her up and she gives him directions to her house. When they get there, she thanks him for the ride and goes inside. But that night, the man discovers something she left behind in the car, usually an item of clothing like a jacket or a scarf, maybe a packet of cigarettes. Don't know why that's in there. Not knowing where the woman lives, he goes back. Now knowing where the woman lives, he goes back to her house to deliver the object she left behind. But when he gets there, he's greeted by a relative, the woman's mother, maybe a sister, who tells him
She died.
It tells him basically she died.
That's rank, isn't it?
And it's usually an accident where it's on that stretch of road.
Yeah.
Sometimes the man will later learn that the clothes she was wearing or something she left behind was stuff she was buried in. And she appears every year on the anniversary of her death. Oh. So that's the premise around the legend.
That's fucking grim. Just for a second, imagine that actually happened. Oh man, the moment the parent was like, "That's my dead daughter," you'd fucking throw up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's weird.
What the fuck?
But obviously this links into
Free cigarettes.
that's the question I was gonna. Cigarettes was weird.
But then she just turns out she's benching the hedges. Oof, harsh.
Yeah, harsh. Yeah, dump her off. Have you ever picked up a hitchhiker?
No. I've driven past one.
I've driven into one.
I have.
Have you? Have you?
Yeah. I picked one up. We were going from Hull, which was my army training for like all your trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to Blackpool for a night out, and there's just this random kid.
Is that not from one coast to the other?
Yeah, and it's across like all the
Leeds,
hills and stuff,
yeah.
he was randomly there, this kid, and like we were like quite handy and quite fit, so like we weren't worried, but he was younger than us, but mate, it was really strange. He was like,
you ever been on a Pepsi Max, son?
Yeah, Pepsi Max bigger. We wouldn't have taken him out of us. Oh God!
Go on, get in, Helter Skelter. My name's Gary. No, it ain't. Go on, son. Get in.
Yeah, he was super strange. Very, very.
How long was he in the car for? Like miles and.
Probably about an hour. Yeah.
Was it just you?
It was weird. No, it was me and my mate Paul. But he didn't really have a destination, and he like the stuff he was chatting about. I can't remember it specifically, but like I remember us really laughing after because it was just really weird. And did you throw him out or did he say? No, he got out somewhere random. I just remember it being random, and we're like, "What the fuck's he doing? Like, where's he going?" He was just like,
He vanished.
Seemed a little bit mental. But just had like I can't remember the specifics of the story. I'd have to ask my mate whether he remembers, but he probably won't. But it was just really. I just remember it. I remember us laughing after because it was really weird. He was telling some like really. He had a really strange set of stories, and we were just like, "What?" But we picked him up. It was random where we picked him up, and then he just dropped him off somewhere random, and we're like, and it'd been an hour. So
they do have like. These wanderers, they do have weird stories to try and like. They're always trying to hustle, aren't they? They're always trying to get somewhere. Yeah. They're like, they come up to you in town and they're like, "Excuse me, mate. Basically, what's happened is it's like, look, mate, how much do you want? I can't be bothered to listen to this story.
Yeah, just please don't spend on crack.
Just say.
It's usually
just
like,
say, can I?
It's usually something to do with a train ticket or.
They always, there's always like a little story.
There's always a little hustle.
Yeah,
and then usually I don't mind that, and
they convince themselves.
Yeah, and like if it's he did his story and he's like, I need a tenner, and I was like, 10 quid. Fucking mental.
£2.50 tops.
Like, I'll give you £1 for the effort of the story, but like £10.
You ain't no M Night Shyamalan.
Hang on, what did he tell you? Story was like, "Thank you for coming to my TED talk. That's £10, please."
It's about a train ticket. He's like, I need to get somewhere, so I just need £10. just need a tenner. I can't remember what I was doing at the time. But
You just pulled over, get the fuck
like-
out of the
I
car.
was
What are you doing? Buying the fucking train company? Who do you think you are? Richard Branson?
Pounds.
Fuck off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, horrific.
Fucking hell. So what? I feel like this is important. Where did he sit in the car?
He's at the back.
Seat. I would have gave him the passenger seat.
Weirdly, because I've got a vivid memory of this. Weirdly, like he sat
In the middle?
in the middle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
fucked.
Yeah.
I'd give him the passenger seat and I'd be like, right, we're picking this cunt up. If he does it, you've got to get him round the neck. Do you know what I mean? So he starts fucking getting Larry. So if he's behind you.
we weren't worried about it. I probably wouldn't have picked him up on my own, but
got a
I remember
Glock in the
remember his stories.
I'd have got him in the boot. I'd put him in the boot.
None of his stories made sense.
Listen, mate, beggars
be
can't
like,
be
look.
choosers. Get in the boot.
Look, fucking, I'm going to kidnap you, basically. And then I'll take you where you are, and then I'll let you free. That's it. That's how this is going to pan out. Because I'm the opportunity of me being in the boot. If you know, that's not happening. So
Yeah, I'm not going to search you. Just get in the boot.
just get in the boot. Don't bang on the boot.
Yeah.
You've got to be a bit tapped, ain't you, to because we could have been anyone.
100%. Well, especially like you hear one thing I've learned from doing so many fucking true crime stories. Serial killers in the 70s and 80s had it so easy because you look at their fucking demographic, they're fucking hitchhikers.
Yeah,
Every time they pick up people on the side of the road and then fucking kill them.
Yeah.
So it's like, not only have you got to be a bit fucking not give a shit to be a hitchhiker, but like it's so fucking dangerous. I think both ways.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
You ever see
fucked.
the people on the motorway with the plates?
Yeah.
Tray plates. So like obviously they drop cars off and they got that's why they always show their plates.
Right.
So that they got tray plates so that you know that they're proper employees.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I've just thought of the best movie ever. Imagine a film where there's like a hitchhiker murderer and then a hitchhiker murderer and they meet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like the biggest versus movie ever.
The one guy's trying to fucking kill that guy and he's trying to kill the
Yeah.
other guy
Yeah.
and it's just
When
this-
an immovable object hits
and
an
then
unstoppable
it's
force.
like a game of chess just in the car the
Yeah.
whole film.
That would be funny.
Quentin Tarantino would be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
There you go, Quentin.
If you're listening,
That would be a fucking
it would be
Yeah.
like
Because if you had like it started the movie with like him doing
One-
his thing,
yeah.
him,
And then they-
and then
oh,
that would be epic.
the bit when he did the pickup would be like
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
class.
And then just they fucking their machetes clash.
Yeah.
Car, like fucking cheat.
Swerve
So
across
funny.
the road.
A Hitchhiker's Guide to Murder.
Quentin, you can have that
Nice.
for 20 quid.
We just want royalties.
Yeah. Oh dear. Fucking hitchhiker killer versus hitchhiker murderer.
It's the fact of the week.
It's Lozzie's fucking fact of the week.
That's it. Well, if you've been watching Game of Thrones, or you have watched Game of Thrones, it's
been a while, mate.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck it. I mean, we've been off a long time, or we gone
That's it.
back in time.
I want to go back in time because season 8. Do you know what I mean? Night's Watch. They made the costumes, the rugs. They made the costumes at the back. They're all like fairy and that. They're actually IKEA rugs. That's their fact of the week. It's the fact of the week.
Fuck me. Oh dear. Yeah. So yeah, no, that would be an amazing movie. That really would. And maybe they could go to IKEA for some rugs for their props. But yeah, so that's the hitchhiker.
Vanishing Hitchhiker.
Yeah. I've heard a few iterations of that. One of which was I don't know if it's necessarily a hitchhiker, but the axe murder in the back of the car.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this woman pulls into a gas station, and then there's a lorry behind her, and then she leaves the gas station, and so does the lorry. And the lorry keeps flashing her, and she's like, "Oh
yeah,
my
I've
god,
heard this, yeah.
I'm scared! Like this lorry keeps flashing me, keeps following me, flash, flash, flash." And so she thinks that the lorry driver's going to fucking kill her. And then she drives all the way home, jumps out of the car, and then the lorry pulls up behind the car, doesn't go after the woman, pulls a man out of the back seat of the car who had an axe, and basically every time he flashed, the axe murderer like raised his axe up and then got spooked because he was being flashed every time. So actually, the killer was in the car with her, and the lorry stalking her was actually trying to help.
I've heard it's not a legend. This happened. A woman went to a garage. It's in the UK. I think it's Birmingham. One went to a garage. Kids were in the car, and then a car thief nicked her car.
Oh god!
Like obviously burnt off, and then was driving around. But then realised there's either one kid or two kids in there, and realised. So then there's a big hunt for the.
Oh my god!
But it was just like someone nicking a car, and obviously, and then they realised, so they parked it up somewhere. But if you're a car thief, like what you fucking got to be careful then.
Yeah,
because then you could be kidnapped, like or if you leave them and something happens to them, you're gonna get done. It's fucking
reminds me and Dan went for a brekkie once.
That was so funny.
Right?
That was
so Dan parked his car up. We went for breakfast, went back. Dan obviously pressed the unlock button. We both get in the car. We're sat in the car. It's the exact same car. Dan's like putting his key in the ignition.
No, I was trying my stereo, and I was like,
he's like, this
fucking stereos change.
Just don't seem right. We're just sitting in this car, like me and Dan, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like,
all my buttons on the like a new version of my stereo.
He's like, this ain't my car. And I was like, what? And he was like, this ain't my car. And I was like, what the fuck are you going on about? We're sat in a car.
Exact same
and
car.
And he's like trying to start it up. And it was like, we got out and like basically someone had like the same car as Dan, but like was like 5 cars down.
Yeah.
But we were just talking, got in it. We got into a completely random person's car.
Yeah.
And like
just sitting in it.
Just sitting in it, like trying to start it up. And it was just, Dan's car was further down, but it was the same car.
I don't know whether my beeper opened it or
no, it was already open. It must have been. They must have left it open.
Yeah.
But Dan obviously just pressed the button.
But where were we chatting? It's up. I just got in and like my seat felt a bit different.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? I just remember looking at my stereo and I was trying, like because you just automatic mode, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, my stereo's fucking. Just looked weird. I was looking at it,
just
and
in
then,
the wrong car.
And I was like, this isn't my car.
I done that when I was young as well. Went camping with my mate, and then like I went off to the toilet, went back, went into like the what are they called, the things that they have on the side of the caravan, like the little tent, awning. Yeah, went through the awning, cracked open the door, like shut the door, turned around, just a completely different family. All just like staring at me, like I was like. Wrong caravan.
I bet that must happen a lot of festivals.
For sure. Especially because like so many people go for like the fucking 20 quid Argos pop-up tent. And so there's just so many of the same fucking tent. Unbelievable tent. Got me through many festivals. But the amount of times you just go into the wrong tent, but it looks the same. I also had something slightly similar. It was fucking mad. Just because of like I feel like the chances of it happening. But went into a McDonald's. I was coming back from the cinema with our mate Dan. He was driving, right? So we parked up, went into McDonald's. It was nighttime. Came out, we were just chatting, so we weren't paying attention. And neither of us clocked. I got in the fucking driver's seat, he got in the passenger seat, and we sat down and went to take off. And I was like, this is your fucking car. What the fuck? But the fact that neither of us clocked, because we were just talking, and he just got in the passenger seat, and I got it was fucking what the fuck? Like, just was not paying attention at all. Brilliant. But yeah, don't get into the wrong vehicle /tent /caravan, guys. That's the lesson here. Unless you're going to rob the car. If you're going to rob the car, make sure there's no children in it. There you go. That's the moral. That's the moral.
Or you've got someone who tries to steal children. So my mum's friend, she stopped at traffic lights.
She stole you?
No. She stopped at traffic lights. She had her kids in the back. Someone opened her car while she's stopped at traffic lights and tried to take the kid out of the car and run with it.
What?
Yeah, but she managed to
outrun a car.
No, because she was they were at a traffic light, so red light, and then she tried to pull the kid out. This geezer tried to pull the kid out of the car. And so every time I'm driving that bit, my mum, when I was younger, she'd be like, lock the doors, and we were shitting ourselves. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. But she like grabbed her kid and then like drove off.
That's a bold strategy.
Yeah.
Fucking it does happen. There's one in America, like literally the guy grabbed the kid, pulled it in the car, and then the mum like dived into the car and yanked the kid out, and then the guy just drove away.
Fucking hell. That's insane. There's loads of shit like that in South Africa.
Yeah.
Apparently, like on the back roads and shit, they like leave like a baby in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So you stop, and then they fucking attack you and mug you. So if you're in South Africa, if there's a baby in the middle of the road, just drive on, and you're not stopping at traffic lights at night. No, go past it.
It's not worth it. Just fucking gun it.
I know your fucking game.
It's a chance. It's not real.
The baby's like, he fucking knows. Do I move?
He's clocked me.
Fuck it.
It's actually like a Hezbollah fucking
Just runs at the car, little baby.
Hezbollah. Mate, he'd be perfect for that set, wouldn't he?
Have you heard? I know this isn't an urban legend, unless you class Hezbollah as an urban legend. He's asking for 20 mil for his fight. He's asking for 8-figure fucking, yeah.
Fuck it.
The thing is,
His profile now is like, I want 20 mil.
people will pay to watch it.
I will.
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
It's weird. Like,
Especially if he fights Hammerhand.
I don't know about. I don't know about
Fucking
20
sick.
mil.
Oh, dear. How unfair is that?
Imagine that if one of Jake Paul's fights and he's just the headline.
Oh, mate.
He's fighting in August, isn't he? So it's not too far.
Yeah, Tyrone Woodley.
Yeah.
I know we said it about Ben Askren, but I do believe Tyrone Woodley will fuck Jake Paul up.
And
That's an urban legend in itself.
Off tangent, but Logan Paul's gonna fight another MMA guy. Apparently,
he?
all looking to do, like a tank, an absolute tank.
Fucking
You know they have like the UFC and
CM Punk.
It's like fist fighting. I feel like they need to level up now. Because when that come out, that was like epic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's kind of just become the UFC and it's...
Yeah.
They need one with weapons, don't they?
It's crowbars.
Just walks in with there with an AK.
Yeah. They just need like...
Quick fight.
Not obviously guns, but like... Fucking... They need shields and fucking...
There's
some kind of, you know, like...
There is
Not bats, but like at least something which you can... Just a little... Add a, you know...
Yeah,
It's like
there is
wrestling,
some
but
on there
fucking real.
on the internet where they have like sword, shield, chainmail and shit. But it's chainmail, do you know what I mean? They're
Fucking,
protected.
what are those things called that Bruce Lee had? Fucking...
Nunchucks.
Nunchucks,
Yeah.
mate, yeah.
Nah, that would be cool. I do know what you mean. They do need to sort it out.
There just needs to be another nutty version of the UFC.
Yeah.
Level it up.
Yeah. Bare knuckle. That's sort of coming. That actually cringes me out. I can't watch bare knuckle boxing. I don't know why.
Yeah, but weapons you'd watch, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch weapons?
Depends what weapons they were.
Hammers, shields,
Probably, yeah.
chains.
Yeah, I've seen
So-
Gladiator. Good film.
Would you watch weapons?
It's going to be a bit of a short
You would
career if
100%
lose,
watch it
wouldn't
because you want to see what the fuck's
That's
going
essentially
on.
Gladiator, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bring
That's
it
what
back.
we call it.
Imagine if we brought back them days.
Colosseum.
Again,
Yeah.
the
Colosseum fight.
would you
time we
watch
live
it?
in now, and the chance of that getting.
Oh, no.
Ben, would you watch
Yeah.
it?
I mean,
That's
also,
a 100% success rate.
That's true.
do it.
You've got something there.
This is the.
They said this about
Picture-
fucking UFC. They were like,
Yeah.
they'll never, you know,
Pitch it to Amazon.
I will.
It's like, right, I want fucking...
Amazon Gladiator.
Yeah. But
Who's
actual
not tuning in?
Gladiator.
Who
Oh,
is
mate.
not tuning in?
That'd be a worldwide phenomenon. It would. It would. Like, but actually people fighting to the death as well. Like, I don't want to see any of this CPR shit.
That would be fucking.
You know what I mean?
I'd watch
Fucking
that.
Don't
finish
put
him.
defibrillators in the fucking Colosseum.
They probably already exist on the
Dark
black
web.
web. Yeah, you go into like rooms where you watch people like kill each other.
Yeah, I'm not into
Now that
I-
is
no.
an urban legend because
Red
the red
rooms.
rooms aren't real.
Well, what you think they're not real.
Apparently
I was
they're
actually
not.
in one.
The red rooms.
survived.
For anyone that doesn't know, red rooms is apparently on the dark web. You pay Bitcoin to get into these rooms where they torture and murder people, like on demand, sort of thing. But
hopefully that is
apparently they're not real. Apparently, I don't doubt, and we can talk about this because urban legend, I guess, is sort of on topic. I don't doubt that there is probably like clubs where you're a member of, and you actually physically go there, and they, you know, you maybe auction on people or shit. You know, like what's it called? That film with Liam Neeson, Taken, where they like auction them off and shit, and like murder and kill people. But yeah, apparently online it isn't a thing because no one's actually ever found one. And all the ones that people have paid for
They're
have been
behind
scams.
such a big. They're probably such a big wall that you just can't
Yeah,
get.
for sure. It's just
Yeah, you'd like to hope that they don't.
If it was
Most
to the
definitely.
death and the fighter was game, is it bad to watch?
I don't see why.
It's Hunger Games.
I'm like the Julius Caesar fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, if the
Thumbs up,
if the
thumbs down.
fighter's been, you know, if he's a slave or
They'd
whatever. But what I'm saying is, if the
Nah, if
fighter,
that's like
the
a
fighter
career.
gets like a lot of money, like
Yeah.
you're talking 100 million per fighter,
Cool.
right? Fucking winner takes the 200 mil. It's to the death.
Yeah.
They both sign a fucking thing. You're gonna watch it, aren't you?
most definitely.
What network's gonna play that?
ITV.
Terrestrial.
Just after Love Island.
I mean, I'd probably watch it if like
There'll probably be a few Love Island
did
I
it.
was going to say.
What about just Love Island?
Island
The
to the
brand,
death.
the brand deals is fucking drying up. They're irrelevant. They go
I
on
should do
fucking
like Love Island, but just
ITV
lock the
Gladiator.
doors.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's just
Only-
one
only-
loaf of bread in there.
Only one person's coming out.
Yeah.
Blood Island.
Blood
Oh.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Now that'd be sick. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Right, we're going to take it to a break because I need a wee. And then when we come back, we've got a few more urban legends, and I have the creepiest urban legend in every state of America. I'm not going to go over all 52, but I'm going to get you guys to call out a state, and I will tell you one from that state. So we will be back after this quick break.
Do you know your state?
I don't know all 52.
APMA, you're right, VIPs. Welcome to this exclusive podcast just for you. VIP, you're right, I'm just talking about the spice. Great question, mate.
And then
Fucking. What did you say?
Laugh at that. I was like, what? I just,
Oh, Acorn Gardens.
boys are fucking goalless, mate. Stevie, you're making me cry, man.
It's funny because
Can we just vouch that if any of us dies, we carry on the podcast?
Oh, yeah. Don't know why Ben's playing that, to be honest.
What are you drinking?
I'm a VIPs.
Hello, Caden.
What's the one thing you're looking forward to most?
Oh, good question, mate. Thank you very much. We will answer that now. How are you?
Hi, Dishy Dan.
Yeah, we've got a game show to do.
Game show.
People were using them to pleasure themselves to 50 Shades of Grey.
Cucumber.
You don't have to be someone in order to go and become someone. Do you know?
Really like what you just said. You don't have to be
I
someone
know.
to be.
Like, that is
That's
probably
really
one
good.
of the coolest things I think I've ever said.
That is so good. Because this is what you get in the VIP. This is behind the scenes. Ben's having a go at me. You guys drop in via the Discord, ask us some questions, and we've got the game show. It's an opportunity to win a free t-shirt.
In fact, in here is the studio. Hello guys, you alright? So I'm just doing a little studio tour for the guys. We've got Dan, Jimmy and Lozzie, of course.
APMA, hello, we're back with more urban legends. So, who wants to go first, Jimmy or Lozzie?
Don't mind.
I'll roll.
All right then.
Okay.
Come on, Jimmy, what you got for us?
I've got
Oh,
the Lady of the Lake.
oh, nice.
So, this is... I'll just read this out and then I'll go into more depth about the whole sitch. So, since Lake Lanier was created in the 1950s, it had been a site for a host of unusual happenings. In fact, one of the most prevalent ghostly tales in the area is of a lady in blue wandering up and down the bridge of the Dawsonville Highway just outside of Gainesville. Delia Park Young was a young lady who worked at Riverside Military Academy. I can't read that word there, but the professor, Ted Garner, said in April of 1958, Delia borrowed a blue dress and her friend Susie Roberts came to pick her up in her 1954 Ford for a night out. The pair was headed to Three Gables in Dawsonville, but the woman never returned. They were traced from the Three Gables to the gas station nearby where they'd left without paying. Garner said there were skid marks along the road near the bridge and it looked as if the car had crossed the centre line and went off the side of the road. Police searched for the car in the water, but to no avail. The The disappearance remained a mystery until 18 months later when a body floated up from the water as C.A. Simpson was fishing under the Dawsonville Highway Bridge. Identification was not possible because the body had dentures, but had a couple of striking attributes. The body was missing 2 toes on her left foot and had no hands, Garner said, noting that the woman on the bridge seemed to be without her hands. The woman's body was buried in Alta Vista Cemetery in an unmarked grave, and people continued to speak about seeing a woman in blue wandering the bridge. So basically, they never found the vehicle.
That's weird.
Yeah, so it was 2 ladies.
Yeah.
Obviously, it crashed off the side of the bridge, and then they found a body with no hands, which
Also weird.
yeah. And they, like I say, they never found the vehicle. They did actually find the vehicle.
Oh, they did eventually.
So that happened in the 1950s. They had to like drain the lake, that part of the lake, because they had to build a new bridge, and then they found the rusted vehicle.
Yeah.
With the driver. Just
the
a
other
skeleton
woman.
just
Yeah.
in the vehicle still. Like so that was 1950. So that was like 50 years later.
Yeah. Jesus.
And so that I think that so that they knew that it was the passenger who was the lady without the hands. But that there's a common thing where people see a lady wandering the bridge.
The no hands thing's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that's horrible. Why would that be?
So
Brace
Lake
myself.
Lanier. Anyway, let me get Lake Lanier. It's like a man-made. It's like a man-made lake, basically. So they dammed the. I can't remember the name of the fucking river now. Anyway, they dammed this massive river, and they in the 1950s they created this massive lake. They just flooded loads of places.
Wasn't Mississippi? Was it? No.
Yeah, the Mississippi. Yeah, the child something.
Chestati River.
Yeah, something like that.
Or the Chattahoochee.
Yeah, it's a hard one to pronounce. But yeah, so what happened was they wanted to dam this river and then create this lake, and basically they was going to use it for like to create energy from like the water and all that sort of stuff. And all the people that lived in all of these villages and stuff where the lake was going to be, they was like forced out of the place.
Yeah.
And so they tried to buy all the land, but anyone who didn't sell the land, they just fucking forced them out anyway. And they dammed the river and flooded these like towns.
Jesus.
And literally to this day, like there's this lake called Lake Lanier, and it's just over loads of like old towns, and they never like it was done, you know, obviously in the 1950s. So they didn't do like a proper job of it. They just flooded the whole thing. I think it's like 1,000 feet above sea level or something, the lake or whatever.
Yeah.
And since the 1950s, there's been like nearly 700 deaths on this lake, and they don't like cars like veering off the road into the lake just randomly.
Ugh.
Like boats just capsizing and people just drowning. Obviously lakes are dangerous, you know.
Yeah, but that's
to have
a lot.
That many deaths, 700. I think I worked out it's kind of like one every month.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, if there's not one month, the next month there'll be two.
Yeah.
And so they don't know whether it's like they say where the land was taken and the lake was like a lot of, obviously back then, like a lot of like people would be buried on their farms and stuff. Course. And like they said that they got rid of all the bodies out of the graves, but you think back then,
they wouldn't have done.
Whose job is that to go and dig up a load of old grave? Like, so they've had like divers and going down in the water, and they're like they've put their hands out, and there's been like hands and shit, and like like proper sketchy stuff going on. But yeah, they don't, like I say, they don't know if it's like a weird something mysterious going on with the lake, where it's like a bit dark, or whether it is just where they didn't know much about creating like obviously these lakes and stuff. Because what happens is they flooded it to a certain level, but then when they have droughts, the water goes down, and then there's like loads of stuff on the bottom.
Yeah.
So like if you're in a boat, like going across that bit where it might be safe. If the water level comes down, like you know, you might be going over an old fucking tree or something that they haven't cut out, and it can like capsize the boat.
And if you fall in with all that shit in
there. That like loads of swimmers, like 1 month, literally 4 people died in 1 month just swimming in there. I think one guy was like a lifeguard. And they were like, but it was strange how this guy's such a strong swimmer. I just went in there for a swim and just never seen him again. Like,
I wonder if I don't know much, but I wonder if it's with different levels and different objects and that where you swim in. I wonder if different stuff's got different currents.
Well, like I say, because they didn't get rid of any of the objects underneath. Like where it droughted so much once, there was like an old racetrack which had like come up, submerged, and there's just loads of weird stuff that was obviously happened. Obviously, the Lady of the Lake is like the biggest urban legend of the thing. But then again, I was like, how strange that a car would just sort of go off a bridge. And there's loads of weird stuff like that where
interesting.
Just boats have randomly capsized and people have just gone swimming and never been seen again. I think 700 people in.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
And they call it the Cursed Lake.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's fucking cool. I mean, obviously it's tragic, but it's still cool. But that you know, you got things like the Bermuda Triangle, which is just like things just fucking disappear.
That's really
it's
weird.
Just never seen again.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that's legit as well.
Yeah.
And there was another story with some fishermen there who was just obviously fishing one evening, and they just saw like it's like a raft with like a cloaked person on the raft with like a big staff thing. Like, obviously pushing down and going along. But they were like, that part of the water was like so fucking deep that you wouldn't have been able to. There's no way it could have been
pushing.
You couldn't have done
like
it.
Punting in it or something.
Like punting along it. And they had like a little lamp. And then like they noticed it, and then apparently they heard just a massive scream, and it just jumped in the water, and the lamp went off, so everything went black, and apparently they just fucked off.
But
they were like, it was so cold that anyone who would have jumped in the water wouldn't have survived, and like and it's like another myth that there's this person who sort of fucking.
It's all going on at this lake, isn't it?
Mate, honestly, if you type in Lake Lanier, there's many weird deaths and just odd stuff that happens. I really want to go there because obviously I'm into
because get a drone over it.
I'm into my boats. But then you know, I would probably die on Lake Lanier. Probably would die.
Because when you started, I thought it was just going to be, not that it's just, but you know, it's this woman that haunts the fucking. Not
that like I say, that's just like a
one
part
off.
of it. But then because I just went, I obviously read the story about this lady of the lake, and I was like, I wonder what this Lake Lanier, and then I was like, 700 people have died.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and then obviously how they created it, they just was like, right, imagine that, right, Stevenage, everyone move. We're flooding Stevenage.
Yeah, you got any images of it to have a look?
Yeah, get up some deets. But and then like just flooding it and not getting rid of everything. And like I say, it's a big fucking.
Oh,
it's a big
looks
area.
beautiful though.
Yeah.
It's what draws you in.
Oh, look, the first thing there,
But they have like basically they've got a team of divers there who are dedicated to body recovery.
Really?
Because obviously, say if you lost a family member and they were never recovered, you would always drive past the lake and just be like, "How weird that I've lost that family member. They've never been recovered. They're in there somewhere."
Yeah. Mad. Lake Lanier. I'm going to look into that further for sure. Deadly history. People seeing ghosts. Fucking spooky. Imagine living near that. I bet the fucking local residents have some stories, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. See all the trees and stuff in the water. Obviously, when the water rises, if you're in a boat, you don't know that stuff is underneath you.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but there's loads of like speedboats that are and like the more crashes the stuff there is, the more debris that builds up in it.
Yeah, look.
Jesus.
Fucking hell, that's in Georgia. So I wonder if that's on this.
Oh, God.
Funnily enough.
Underwater fucking...
Fucking hell. You know, I was saying about this list of urban legends. You go to Georgia, and it is the curse of Lake Lanier.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
that's
like
insane. That is insane.
got into this, and I was like, really, I was hooked on it.
Yeah.
Draws you in.
Focus of fucking.
Because I just think that's how, like, if you're a government and you go, right, loads of people live there, let's flood it.
Yeah.
The kind of thing I would do. I'd be like, Wales, let's turn that into a lake.
Fuck's sake. A massive national park.
Yeah. But why do you need to flood, like...
Yeah. No, I know, it's insane.
Yeah. The
That's
Americans
insane.
are mental, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They
Build a
fuck.
wall.
Yeah.
Just money in it. It all stems back
Don't
to
build a
money.
wall, build a lake.
Fucking hell. Apparently there's also malevolent catfish lurking at the bottom of that lake.
Yeah, they say there's like...
large enough to swallow dogs.
Yeah.
Or even
Really?
or even
Catfish.
drown a diver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Catfish, like, the size of a young boy.
How's this?
Apparently, it was created to manage navigation and flood control
Yeah.
from that Chattahoochee
So
River.
The chat,
So
yeah.
flooded
And to
towns to manage
supply-
flood control.
Supply water for the city of
That's it,
Atlanta.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Money, mate.
It supplies the all the electricity and stuff, yeah.
Atlanta water, they've got loads of problems with water, haven't they? Or they have had in the past.
Droughts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
anymore.
think so.
Droughts on droughts. Dear oh dear. Fucking hell. That's Lake Lanier. Fucking amazing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so if ever you go on holiday to Lake Lanier and you think it's, a nice place to go for a dip, don't.
Yeah, really don't.
Yeah.
You will not come back.
Yeah.
Dear oh dear. Lozzie, what have you got for us, mate?
I don't know how mine's going to stack up against Jimmy's, to be honest. Because that was pretty good. Mine is about... I wanted to find one about where I used to grow up.
Cool.
Just because I've heard a couple of people say, there's a few urban legends about where I used to live, which is Borough Castle.
Yeah.
So I searched one up and I found one. I don't know, it's not particularly like a long one, but it is linked to one of the cryptids that we obviously talked about before.
Nice.
So everyone who is anyone in Norfolk knows the legend of the Black Shark. But have you heard of the county's other demon dog with flaming eyes, which haunts Borough Castle and sometimes further afield into Great Yarmouth?
Oh, no.
Because if it's going to go into Great Yarmouth, it's a fucking absolutely feral beast.
It needs flaming eyes.
The Black Shark was like, fuck that.
Yeah. You can have that territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't pissing on those signposts, mate. Yeah, Borough Castle Fort was once one of the East Anglia's most important defence posts against raiding Saxons and was part of the chain that protected this vulnerable part of the coastline. Almost 2,000 years since it was built, three of the four imposing walls, still stand, meaning Borough Castle is one of the largest Roman structures in Britain. Still standing strong as part of a line of forts along with what the Romans called the Saxon shore. Leaving the three, so we've got the three walls remaining. So they're actually, I can attest to that. They are actually there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would have been fully formed, but some of the walls are now starting to crumble. There's one on the piss.
Yeah.
One side is almost diagonal.
And funnily enough, the one wall that's missing, because obviously they're the Broads now, but it was water, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one wall that's missing is the wall that would have protected us from the water invaders. So it's pretty fucking useless.
It's
now.
pretty open now.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But it's still a fucking very cool place.
Are they protected, the walls, or do they just let them?
It is
It is sort of a national. I think
No,
it
it
is a
is, isn't it?
heritage.
Yeah.
Heritage
What are they
site,
called?
So it
Sorry?
should be.
It's
The
the
walls?
Roman ruins at
Just
Borough
type
Castle.
in Borough Castle Roman Fort. Yeah, you'll see.
It is a cool place.
It'll have you can still see the centre line where the gates would be to actually go into it, but like you're saying,
Nice
the
pub
actual,
nearby. Very nice.
the wall that would actually protect you against any people coming from the river is
Yeah.
completely fucking gone.
They don't knock shit up like that anymore, do they?
Nah.
No, not at all.
I'd love that. Fucking, I want someone to just knock up a sick castle.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And live in it. I'd
Just
love to
don't
live
build
in
them
a
like that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know what I
A
mean?
moat.
See, but as you can see.
Who's got a moat these days?
A little tangent, but I've been watching loads of episodes off the grid.
Oh, right, yeah.
And all in America. And there's so many of them. There's
What,
so many
moats?
episodes. There's people with
Right.
so they'll obviously it's completely off the grid. So they pick these random and they build fucking epic things. And now with solar panel and
Yeah.
things for water, the places they build I literally just want to sell up and go and fucking buy some land and build a cabin. They're epic. Like, they're so cool. And once they're built and they're paid for it, they're done.
I do like the idea of like a fort, like a lockdown.
Yeah.
Must be from Dad.
Bunker.
Loves it,
Yeah.
Just sitting on the top with a crossbow.
Some of them are like...
That's what... That would be like my 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. ritual. Just...
One of them, he built it into the rocks, the cabin into the rocks, and then had a trapdoor at the top that opened up into gaps in the rocks that went all the way up. And he put ladders in there, and then he went and then you go up, and there's a viewpoint at the top where you can have like a barbecue and that.
Nice.
Fucking so cool.
Fucking hell. What's that on?
It's called Off the Grid on Amazon.
Wow.
It's
nice.
epic.
It's on Amazon?
Amazon, yeah, I love it.
Nice.
I've been watching so many of them.
I'm going to have to get into that.
Get into that.
Sorry, Lost.
It's all right. We love a tangent. We do. So you've got the Three Walls Garden over Braden Water, which is a river, like a
It's now
area
the
of water.
Broads, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got the Three Walls guarding Braden Water, but if the castle guards the water, then what guards the castle?
Right.
Stalking around the ruin close to the marshland, a large dog has been seen prowling when darkness falls. Some claim that it is a werewolf. One investigator witnessed a man morph into a fearsome dog-like creature at the site before running off into the night. With a single eye that glows either red or green, the beast has been nicknamed Old Scarf after Baron Rudolf Scarf, a 13th century villain who lived nearby. He was a German mercenary from the Harz Mountains. He was excommunicated in his homeland and fled to the castle, where he continued to lead a black-hearted life of depravity.
Oh.
So he sounds like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a real motherfucker.
Yeah. He's one of them evil Germans.
Oh yeah, they don't see many of them about. When he was finally killed, the devil turned him into a huge dog and sent him back to Earth to create further havoc. That's the story that goes. That's the end of that story.
Right.
There's a very small snippet of another story that I think I might have even mentioned this one to you before. Other ghosts haunt this atmospheric ruin, including a figure that appears to be wearing a white flag, which can be seen being thrown from the castle to the foreshore, in a way that justice was once. I don't know what that fucking word says. In the way that justice was once meted out to those who had been found guilty of wrongdoing. So I think it was like a ritual, like where if you were found guilty, they would do this.
Right. Yeah.
But there's another one. There's also another one where it was a soldier was seen like jumping from the wall.
Oh, fucking
People
hell.
have seen like the soldier jumping from the wall as like they think it's like a last defense thing. Like he knows he's going to die, so he just jumps through right from the very top of the wall because it would have been higher than it is now.
Yeah.
So people have seen that as well. But the main one I'd never even heard of this fucking.
No, I hadn't heard of that.
Other dog.
Yeah.
So the dog used to guard the walls of the castle.
Apparently, that is the legend.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, I need to do a fucking exploration on that place. It's literally like down the road. There's apparently there's druids that go there. There's Satanists that go there. Down the bottom of the Broads near where that pub is. I'm really plugging the Fisherman. Really good pub. They're apparently the staff when locking up have seen the ghost of a Victorian woman. But what is really interesting about this, right?
£3.90 a pint.
is the woman can only be seen from like the waist up, because as time has gone on, we build higher and higher, don't we? So basically, where she would have been,
I like
just
that.
lower down. That actually makes sense.
That's got some thought in it.
Yeah. So she'd see his fucking torso and head fucking floating around outside the Fisherman pub, Borough Castle.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
No, they shut through the winter, don't they? October to March, they shut. I mean, seasonal pub. But
I'm just thinking.
I'm just
there's probably loads of places with loads of ghosts, but they're just like they're on the old thing, mooching about.
It's a fucking there's a haunted scalp.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
What's that? Fucking bit of hair. Hair moving.
Lake Lanier.
That's it.
It's linked.
It's all linked, mate. It's all linked. Right. That was very good. Very nice.
Very good.
Nice. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll save Slender Man and the fucking stabbing that happened for another episode. But what we're going to do, we're going to pull, for the next 10 minutes, a couple of state urban legends. So, boys, just call out a state for me. One of the 52 states.
Texas.
Texas,
There you go.
right? I'll scroll all the way to the bottom. Scroll all the way to the bottom. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, T,
That's how it goes, yeah.
T. Black-eyed children. So, scary movies constantly have people fearing old country back roads, abandoned homes, and kids popping out of cornfields. But the black-eyed children are known to be seen wandering around totally normal, non-threatening locales like Walmart parking lots and Sonic drive-ins. Don't know what a Sonic drive-in, but we're not American. And worst, they're rumoured to put their victims in a tight situation by starting out asking for something totally unsuspecting, like a ride home or some petty cash. There's also reports of black-eyed children in that Rendlesham Forest, that fucking UFO place. Oh, Sonic, that's a Sonic drive-in. Was it like a... What is that?
I think it's like
fast
a
food, isn't it?
don't do anything. It's just a drive-in.
Yeah.
Drive-in.
You just drive through, say hello, go back. Strawberry cheesecake.
They've got exactly the same font as Sonic, the Mega Drive game.
Yeah.
They have.
Someone's nicked it.
I think it's like a service.
Which way round? Which way
Yeah.
round? So where did this come from?
No, they've stolen a shell.
The first documented case of the black-eyed children came in 1996 from reporter Brian Bethel, who had pulled his car into the parking lot of an Abilene movie theatre to use the bright marquee light to write a check. While filling out the check, two young kids who Bethel claimed were between 9 and 12 approached the car, knocked on the window. This got super strength. Knocked on the window. They had hammer hands. That's what was going on. Knocked on the window and asked for a ride home to grab cash to come back for a movie. The children, who totally unnerved Bethel, claimed they didn't have a gun. Weird, right? Before making eye contact and revealing coal black eyes that Bethel later described as the sort of eyes one sees these days on Aliens or bargain basement vampires on late night television. That's what he said. So that, in a very brief nutshell, is the black-eyed children from Texas. Spooky, spooky.
Maybe they're just on pills and they're...
Like a few
Pupils are
yeah.
absolutely fucked.
Just fucking absolutely huge.
Pupils are huge, mate.
Yeah, quite
With
possibly.
hammer hands.
Yeah, hammer hands.
I love the fact that they both said they ain't got a gun.
Yeah, they specifically, as I didn't ask, didn't think you did. There they are, black-eyed children.
Oh,
It would be grim, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah,
That would not be
You
pretty.
would have absolutely no troubles at all at unloading a full clip into those.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a fucking doubt. Right, what's another? We'll do quick fire. What's another?
Alaska.
Alaska. Right, I'll scroll back up to the top. Thank you, Ben. The Alaska Triangle, encompassing an area ranging from near Juneau in the southeastern to the northern Barrow region to the western metropolis of Anchorage. Alaska's answer to the Bermuda Triangle is comprised some of the most barren wilderness in the US, and it apparently craves souls. More than 20,000 people have gone missing without a trace in the area during the past half century alone. 20,000 people in 50 years. Are they being consumed by mythological beings like the beastly Keelut or the ghoulish kidnapper
That's
Kwalu
loads,
Palik?
Well, the thing I just said, fucking...
700.
Yeah.
Shit's on that.
Yeah.
And that was one a
Hey, you got
month.
a calculator there, Ben?
Yeah, but
20,000 divided by 50.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but then on square foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
like the whole of Alaska.
Yeah.
400.
Lake Lanier.
400 people a month are going missing in this triangle of Alaska. Not Alaska in general.
That's mad.
Fuck
isn't it?
me. Lost on extreme hikes or simply vanishing into a dark vortex. Nobody knows. Though it's not for lack of trying. When the government lost House Majority Leader Hale Boggs, Cessna, to the triangle in 1972, a massive search turned up tons of conspiracy theories, but no bodies.
400 a month. That's
That's insane.
like...
Yeah.
Have you heard about the
gonna say
national
daily,
parks
but I can't.
thing?
Yeah, it's like 12 a day.
Yeah, that's insane. Have you heard about like the national park thing in America? So many people go missing in national parks.
Really?
Yeah, every day.
It's because they're huge, though.
Yeah, they're fucking like massive, but it's just like insane. But they're like really weird. Like we could do a full episode
Yeah,
on
I
just
know. That'd be
on that.
interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Where this come from? So the area has been associated with evil spirits. The Lingit law for centuries attributed tricks to demons for luring people to an icy death. Others believe the area exists amid an electromagnetically influenced vile vortex. Still others think that the Darwinian result of explorers taking on nature. Regardless, the area continues to claim people, and underneath that massive blanket of snow and rock likely lies one of the largest and best preserved mass graves in the world.
Just to double down on the maths, it's 400 a year, not 400 a month.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that makes...
right.
It's still a shit ton.
It's still more than one person a day.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, some days there'll be more. Right, okay. But a month, okay.
Yeah.
Did you say a month, Ben?
You said a month.
Oh, did I? Did you say 400 a year and it came out of my mouth a month?
I just said 400.
That's
You said
still a lot.
Oh, right, sorry.
He just said
One
the
a day?
number.
I just assumed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's still insane.
I was going to say 12 a day.
It's
but
33
that's going to warrant some investigation.
Yeah, can we fucking figure this out, please?
Yeah, to be fair, even one, like Chippy says, even one a day is fucked.
Yeah. 20,000
You made me think of this
people.
program watch, isn't it? Like it's about these it's a weird place. Like I think it might be
In the
like-
mountains?
Yeah, in the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
I was literally just thinking about this.
like it's got like these drug lords like right up in the mountains, and loads of people keep going missing, and they're like, but the police won't go up there.
It's for like people who like haven't got jobs and stuff. They go to the mountains because like you can grow cannabis. It's like in the mountains you can grow cannabis there, so they can obviously make money.
Yeah.
But they're always like promised that you can grow drugs, and then we're gonna. But
This is in America, isn't it?
Yeah. So because they can, but obviously because it's like drugs and stuff, they can't go to the police and be
Yeah.
like, this
Yeah.
person's being sketchy. But apparently, loads of like people live in the mountains, in the forests and stuff, and like their work is from obviously growing the cannabis and shit. But like then fuck me, it was watching a podcast the other day about this. He owns this like gym company called Kabuchi or something. Or there's this sick gym company. Anyway, this guy, he was the son of a family who they actually grew up there.
Oh, okay,
and like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like this fucking like millionaire now, but he's like, he's not going to chat shit on this fucking podcast.
It's
And
a dodgy place.
Yeah, and he was like, his even all the police were like proper sketchy.
Really?
And basically every time they like arrested like vulnerable women and stuff up there, they kept like going missing, and then apparently they were being like put into like a fucking paedophile ring. Like all these women
my
were
God,
the
like
police,
trafficked.
the police were just arresting them, and then like they would just go missing. And like they tried to do it to his mum, and it was only because like he fucking he had to run and get his dad, and then so I don't know too much about it. I was just watching this fucking pot, but like this guy is like like a legit like
There's like a little
multi-
vigilante group,
millionaire.
yeah.
It's like owns this massive gym company. He's not gonna
Yeah.
talk about that. Like he's nearly crying talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And they found
Jesus.
this massive like fucking
Really dodgy-
trafficking
dodgy place,
thing up
yeah.
there. So
That's
it weren't
insane.
even just like the lords that were, like they were bad because they would get people to do shit and then not
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
them. But then it was like the police would come in to arrest
Yeah.
people, and then
Yeah.
it was just this whole thing going on.
Vigilantes up
Yeah.
there and
Yeah.
stuff, and like the police like
Can't really go up there.
they're
can
not
they?
allowed up there really.
Yeah.
Like like obviously there's murder investigations. So and then the one I was watching, they were like a vigilante group set up because they knew this guy had done it. Like everyone knew he'd done it, but like the police couldn't do anything.
So they set up a vigilante group.
And they I don't know if they killed him in the end, but I think they did. And then it's really weird place, man. But lots of people were vulnerable and go missing there, and there's loads of like missing signs down in the town.
Fucking
But,
hell.
and also people go there to get like money, and obviously like because it's drugs and stuff, they can just not pay them or keep them as like slaves or whatever. So it's a fucked up place.
Jesus Christ.
Can't remember the name of it, but that just made me think of that.
Fuck. Maybe the Alaskan Triangle's a massive heroin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
There's a series on Amazon Prime.
Is it?
Yeah, the Alaska Triangle.
Oh, is it?
I think,
Oh, wow.
I think it's new,
Cool.
Oh, cool.
recent. So
Yeah.
I need to get on fucking Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
They need to stop paying
Then
us.
just
Clarkson's
sponsor-
Farm. Have you seen it?
I just
wow.
finished
Good.
that in
It's
lockdown.
so
Oh my god,
I haven't
good.
finished it yet, but
It's so.
fucking
I
good.
finished it the other day.
There's another one coming.
so funny.
Yeah, season two.
Season two,
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, it's
It's
amazing.
just the way he tries to cut corners and he just
Oh, it's
keeps
so
fucking
good.
shit off. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was watching it. I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah.
He's a
It's
legend.
amazing. It's fucking one of the best. It's honestly one of the best like reality air quotes series I've watched. It's fucking brilliant.
Because with Top Gear, sometimes you can know it's a bit like sort of scripted.
Yeah.
But with that, you know he's just
it's
fucking
he's trying to
literally just being himself.
winging a farm.
They
During
leave
the
it to
massive
him. don't they?
pandemic.
Yeah, they said that when he filmed that he was a part of the deal was he's like, because they tried to do that, script it and do stuff, and he was like, no, like if you want to do it, you got to leave it all to me.
But you can feel that, like
Yeah.
when he makes his shop, and you know he's knocked it up himself. Like if Amazon had been behind it, they would have built this like cool ware. You know he's just fucking. He's tried. But it's so funny.
Oh, it's amazing.
Well,
Yeah, definitely recommend it.
Sorry.
Definitely recommend it. Yeah, no spoilers. We'll do one more. Give us a what's it called? Not a county, a state.
Maine.
Fuck, that's a bit out there, isn't it?
What on mine?
Wood Island Light. Instead of providing useful light to help ships navigate, the lighthouse on Wood Island reportedly provides a space for strange moans, unexplained shadows, and other indications of paranormal activity commonly attributed to a murder-suicide that took place there decades ago. Howard Hobbs, a local fisherman and drifter, really did murder his landlord, Fred Milliken, on the Wood Island in 1896. Hobbs had been drinking, and after shooting Milliken, left the scene and turned his rifle on himself. You can read about the events on that day in all their 19th century newspaper glory here. It's a link. From ghost experts who weigh in on such things, Hobbs is generally considered the likeliest candidate to still be haunting the lighthouse. So basically, there's a lighthouse that is haunted in Maine on Wood Island.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
The last episode of Off the Grid I watched, they bought a lighthouse in Maine.
Really?
He's doing it up, yeah.
No way. How is that?
Very strange.
But a lot of those lighthouses are pretty haunted because the Coast Guards used to get assigned to them.
Yeah.
And like in the war and stuff, but they'd just be left there
Yeah.
for like months and months, and a lot of them went mad. There's like loads of reports of them going mad, like going mental, that people they used to quit because of mental health, like back then, like before mental health.
Before,
was
yeah.
Before it was even a thing.
Fucking hell.
What did they just have to sort of turn the light on and off?
Yeah, there's a lot of manual processes and just there's a few, do the light and then do the bell. But they just get I think it's usually one person on there.
Yeah.
It's only ever men that were allowed on there, and it was just fucking solitude. Yeah, no TV or anything. Just literally, and it's tiny.
Just the light switch.
Lights on and off.
Yeah.
There's a story here from The Guardian. The title is Goals, Buckets and Masturbation, a Lighthouse Keeper's Life or something.
Jesus
What is
Christ.
it? Goals.
Goals, like seagulls, I think.
Oh, goals.
Buckets and masturbation. and then it talks about
pens and fucking
bonkers
Not-
psychodrama.
not
and
all together, 'cause
solitary
that's
life
weird.
on a rock.
Yeah.
Seagull in a bucket.
Covered in masturbation fluid.
That's The Guardian for
frothy
That's the
ejaculate.
Guardian.
No wonder they nick our chips.
Is
that mayo?
Fuck's sake.
Don't need
That's
the
a
salt.
viscous mayo.
Yeah, that's Maine. We'll call it there on our first ever Urban Legends episode. Guys, if you enjoyed this, do let us know down below. Hit the like button, or if you're listening, just tell us on social media. Tell us that you loved the episode, and we'll do more. Guys, thank you so much. Great stories. Did you enjoy this one? Did you like a few Urban Legends?
Yeah.
No, I like it.
We'll
Yeah.
do a few more of these.
Yeah, definitely.
Show 'em.
Sweet. All right, guys.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
see you very soon, and we've got some really cool merch dropping very soon. See ya. Up the APMA.
Subscribe.